Hello HEMA friends, today I'm here next to Yeti together with my friends of the Ferry Association. So we decided to do a number of technical video, and the first one will be on 133 because someone of you asked me to do another video for 133, which sadly I am not considering too much in the last months. So the first one is about the counterbind, which is shown in the first pages of the 133. I will show which is my interpretation of the Durchstreiten of the first pages, and of course the interpretation of the first counterbind shown in the 133. I will make the counterbind in two different ways because there is a number of ways to control the opponent weapon. Some of these ways will create some reactions, and of course other ways of controlling the weapon will create other reactions. I will show the Durchstreiten, which is one of the reactions of one of the counterbinds, and I will show the actual counterbind of the priest, which in my opinion try to as much as possible negate a number of reactions which are very easy from the opponent. Okay, so let's start to see this different action and of course different reactions. Okay, so the first counterbind is to the side of toward my right side and create a reaction which is basically a cavazione action with a thrust. This is in my opinion, the Durchstreiten of the first folio, because it is very easy. You can thrust in different ways with the hand in different positions. It is very useful when the opponent both enter in your measure and keep the measure, so doesn't attacking you after the counterbind. You can in both situations do the cavazione and thrust. So in one situation the opponent will fall on your thrust, in the other situation you will reach the opponent with your own action. That said, this is the first action which is important. So when you counterbind to the right, you have to pay attention to the opponent that will probably do cavazione between your weapons. So Durchstreiten should be, at least in my knowledge, entering between the weapons, so it's like passing through, and in my opinion is passing through the weapons, and this is why I have interpreted it in this way, so as a cavazione. And now the actual interpretation of the counterbind. Now, in my opinion, to try to overcome as much as possible this problem, the cavazione problem, and to create another reaction, which is, for example, yielding to strike a cut. there is this counterbind which instead of going toward the right, try to fall down, basically straight toward the ground. It is very easy in some ways because you are using your own step, which the manual seems to advise. So you have to counterbind the step, says the manual, and this is what you are actually doing. You counterbind toward the ground, and you do this action basically by falling on your next step. So you are using your step to counterbind toward the ground. You lose your balance to strike the shield slack with your step, and you do it basically in one single action. So it is everything of this action is done in the same step, because of course you have two weapons. You can do two different things during the same step. So you start your step by counterbind toward the ground, and you end your step with your shield slack. So this is the action which in my opinion is shown in the first folio. You can of course do different counters. A mutatio gladi can be done on the opponent attack after the shield slack by of course going backward. You negate the shield slack to the opponent, you do your mutatio gladi, so you have this counter which is shown in the book. You can yield and strike a cut with your own shield slack against a shield slack, which is also advised in the first pages of the book. So everything is connected in, it seems, the correct way. So this is my interpretation of the first folios. You can comment under this video and say whatever you think about this interpretation. I will be, of course, pleased to read your own ideas. I hope this video will help you guys. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.